Blackburn
Enterprises.
Thank you for coming to our channel. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Back with a new video. Today we're going to be reviewing
the grand reopening of the Pynk.
Yes.
P-Valley.
P-Valley. Season 2.
Season 2.
Got our special guest, Nicco.
Yay!
All right. So, what did you say? Spirit fingers?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. You gonna really do it?
Okay.
This. Right.
Okay, so where we gonna start?
Let's start from the beginning of P-Valley.
So what happened? Because I can't remember.
Oh, man. they got shut down because of Corona. COVID shut them down.
They had the car wash.
They had the car wash. Right. Oh, my gosh. Can we get a car wash like
First off, can I say that was like super innovative?
That episode was crazy.
It
was crazy. That should be like a real thing.
Right.
Like the costumes that they had, the shoes that Mercedes were wearing. Like, I specifically remember how crazy everything was going on. I was like, this looks beautiful.
It was. I would go to that car wash every
I was like, this
weekend.
looks so
nice.
Like,
I
want to go.
Can I go there like now?
Right.
Immediately. When can I start?
That
Immediately.
Was genius. Like, is there a place like that for real?
If they're not,
Mississippi is not profiting how they should be.
I know.
Mississippi, y'all need to get to it.
Get together.
Okay, so I guess as character-wise, we'll go ahead and start with Mercedes. So what do y'all think about Mercedes this season?
Poor Mercedes, she feel like me.
Why you say poor Mercedes?
She feel like me, like...
Why you say that?
Lord, you had it, then you ain't got no. Back in your heyday, you know? It's a back in your heyday story. I still got it, though. I don't know about what I can still...
I mean, well, yeah, she did kind of go through an existential crisis, so to speak.
Yeah, midlife crisis.
Right.
Yes.
Which is not her fault.
No.
Because her money was taken from her to gear her away from that, which was the original plan.
She tried to retire,
so,
Right, she tried. And then also, the whole, killing old boy.
Oh, yes,
that
7 pounds of pressure.
Yeah, 7 pounds of pressure. That kind of just threw her off. So she never quite
really recovered.
Got over that, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of held her down the whole time. Like she kept, I guess she felt guilty that entire time from that situation. And you seen it came out at points, you know what I'm saying, when she got into it with Haley, basically not throwing it in her face, but basically like, if it weren't for me, like you might not even be here. So all right, so what y'all think about this?
Are we finna move to somebody else?
No, I'm not. I'm finna stay Mercedes. Because I'm finna say, what do y'all think about the situation with her and Coach and Farrah?
Oh man, I wish Farrah would have just took his money and did what she wanted to do. Paid the girl. Pay the girl for her services. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I definitely think that the wife ruined the situation, because I feel like Mercedes told her, let's not do this, and she was just so adamant that nobody would care. But I mean, regarding the whole thing, that was just really different for me to see Mercedes accept that. I wouldn't have thought that she would have accepted something like that.
Right.
But I think
that showed her desperation at that point.
Yeah, and the sad thing is the coach set it up and then got mad. He the one set it up. How you gonna get mad?
Jealous.
Right.
Dusted.
Right.
You get mad like, I know when two women been together, you're trying to play me. I know what you're trying to do.
Right.
Sit your old awkward.
It's like he just wanted his wife to be unhappy. Like he was specifically doing things just so she would be unhappy. And it was like as soon as she wasn't unhappy anymore, he was like,
right.
As soon as she started enjoying herself, it almost was a turn off, which
is what you would think is you would hope to happen.
Right.
That everybody's
getting it in.
But yeah, it wasn't like that. Now I hate that they took that girl money, but it was dope that Farrah went on and honored her in
at the art gallery,
art show, and she still sent her money.
Man, that was dope. Yeah, and then sent
those shots were gorgeous.
Yes, they were.
Sent her the residuals, or what's the right word? I don't know. But send her the money, you know what I'm saying, from that.
From that.
Yeah, right. So, And that makes her like I liked her character as well. So like I almost kind of like wanted them to work it out.
That's what I said. I want to leave your husband, honey, and you and Mercedes go on the road do stuff.
Right, because I think she, I think she was really feeling you, but I guess
stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess Mercedes
artistic stuff.
Mercedes went all the way with it.
Right. She wasn't. She's straight.
I didn't like the wife. I didn't like neither one of them.
Yeah.
Or Coach.
I really didn't like neither. I thought both of them was like real shiesty and shady. Like, I really didn't like them. I wouldn't have accepted the offer of Mercedes either. Like, girl, you do too. I didn't even know you had these photos of me. You was gonna post these up. Like, I mean, I appreciate it. They are beautiful looking, but y'all both on some like weird stuff.
Yeah. But on Mercedes' tip though, it made her feel better about her
about herself
and all of that. Like, oh, okay, well, somebody else sees me in a different light.
And
I see
artwork.
me as deteriorating.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that is still dancing.
That is.
Yeah, and
like,
it kind of helped to build her up because she
her
was questioning.
Yeah,
she was questioning herself and who she was and how good she was or whatever. I guess within this, and it happens in other lines of work as well, like particularly sports. As you start getting older and you start questioning,
injuries and stuff,
and comparing yourself to the younger, to the youngins or to the fresh ones.
Yeah.
Inside joke on that one.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it helped her, build her confidence back up. Yeah. So speaking of confidence, what about the relationship between her and her daughter Terica?
Oh man, that was some sad stuff.
Yeah, but I think
they rekindled their relationship.
Right, like
they trauma bonded. Yeah, basically is what they did.
I don't know how I feel about Terica.
Really?
Yeah.
I really don't. I feel like it's not her fault that she grew up so fast. Mm-hmm. It's not her fault that she was looking for a lot of things that she didn't really need to feel complete or to be complete.
Right.
And it just kind of, unfortunately, a lot of those things just steered her the wrong way.
Yeah.
I don't know, because at this point, like, her age, like, she's gotten to that point, in my opinion, where, like, it's hard to mold.
Yeah.
Like, you
established
who she is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, because I know that we'll get to the last episode, what happens and things like that. But I know that all's well that ends well for both of them. But I mean, what more can you do at that age?
Right.
And a lot of traumatizing things that's happened to her. So
I think hopefully Mercedes will be able to kind of steer her the right way, because I feel like between her mom and between, I guess there was a sister, right, that had custody.
No, that was
her stepmom,
the dad's wife.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
and then the dad died.
That's what happened. Yeah, so I don't think they really, gave her the attention that she needed. So maybe Mercedes can go ahead and give her that.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe Mercedes could give her that attention and maybe steer her down the right road.
And even if she's not steering, at least they mended their relationship going into her adulthood.
Right. Speaking of mending a relationship, you feel like Mercedes and her mom, Patrice Woodbine, mended their relationship?
No.
Or
No, she did a good deed at the end, but she still
I still think she was a smart ass.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
she was. And then you did all that talking about Mercedes. Here you go on the pole to win the election.
Yeah. Right. She wasn't just like, I know that you really wanted to have Terica back, so here you go. She was like, I'm done raising my kids.
I'm doing this. I can't be a pastor and the mayor and raise a child. So
right, so it's almost like you guess. I guess since I'm gonna be so busy, I guess you know what I'm saying. It wasn't like. I know
like,
how important it is for y'all to be in each other's life.
Yeah, I see you pushing to be a better person. Here you go.
Yeah.
She definitely is one of those people you love to hate. I feel like within this, and I called it though. I called it like as soon as she jumped in the election, I knew she was gonna win. Because that's just the person that
I thought it was gonna be dude.
But because I wanted him to win, but I felt like she was gonna win because I didn't want her to win. Why are you in the election? Like why are you doing it?
Right. What are you doing?
Like it was on some Trump stuff. Like for real. Like why are you in the election? Everything you doing is almost for like
clout.
Or
you do everything for clout.
Type situation, and it ended up working. In her favor.
It did.
And so that's crazy.
Right. Ooh, bless the city of Mississippi and Chucalissa.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
So let's move on to your boy Lil Murda. What y'all think about Lil Murda this season?
I love Lil Murda. I've always loved Lil Murda.
I wasn't ready.
I saw someone point out his how they really appreciate his
portrayal.
No, his closeness to women outside of it being sexual. Like his relationship with Keyshawn
He
was very, very
brother.
close. Yes, and it didn't rely on anything sexual. It was just a genuine love that he had for her and respect that he had for her, regardless of a lot of stuff that she was going through that she could have got herself out at some point.
Right.
But he still, was there for her. That would be the
case because he's on the team, so he's not even attracted to females. So it's kind of like having a,
Facts. But even then, like, he was still very hard. He hung out with a lot of hard dudes, and for him still to open up and be that emotional with Keyshawn.
Speaking of hard dudes, pause. He hung out with one of them hard dudes. He hung out with was Teak. And I thought Teak was a really interesting character. Just to see everything that he went through. He's definitely the opposite of what you might think. And I think that's another thing too. That P-Valley in itself has been able to do is to turn those thoughts,
stereotypes,
those stereotypical thoughts to how people view certain people on its head, you know, and give light to to those certain individuals that live their lives that way. And Teak was one of those people that he really struggled with who he was as a person, and it was really sad, unfortunately. You could see, and I think we got a little glimpse. Did they show a little of his childhood? Did they show like a glimpse of something of his childhood?
His siblings were killed.
Yeah.
And so you couple with.
I think his mother also had a mental illness, and I think he had the same mental illness, or he was battling something mentally from dealing with his mom who had that mental. Because his mom killed the siblings.
And then he was in the penitentiary too.
Right.
Yes, and
he had been in and out for a minute.
So how that plays a part of mental health in men,
right?
Because they don't get rehabilitated from that once they get out of that. And I think he was like in the whole. I think he talked about being like in solitary.
Because Murda apologized for
him. Because that's basically like he
stuck
stuck up for Lil Murda, and they got him sent down there.
Because he told, and then when Murda apologized, he was like, "I had been down there before. Like it wasn't nothing new." And
so it even furthermore added to what already he was going through or whatever. So it was just almost a losing battle, for him. To fight. He was trying his hardest to, and that explained why he was so, he was like a ticking time bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like any little thing would set him, like literally would set him off. And as they dug deeper and you saw these different things that took place, it at least gave you somewhat of more of an understanding as to who he was. And kudos to Couture how with that character, and being able to do that. Okay, so another person that's cool or close to Lil Murda was Wody. How y'all feel about Wody?
Wody ride or die.
Real.
Ride or die.
He's real.
Yes, he is. He gonna make sure he's straight.
Yeah, because he's the only one that's always known
that him for who he was.
That Murda, was into me. Yeah. He always kept that. So he never treated him differently.
No.
Did not.
And protected him when. He knew that Murda was not comfortable with letting that out. And so he did not take it upon himself to feel like, I'm going to force you to be who you are with everyone else. And he protected him, until you're ready. Yeah. And not even just him. Like, he protected people around him that he loved and cared about.
Because he even protected Keyshawn.
He protected Keyshawn.
Right.
So,
so he protected Keyshawn and Lil Murda. And how do y'all feel about him just doing what need to be done? And basically, you know what I'm saying, getting rid of Rome. That was like a 2-for-1 deal, you know what I'm saying? Because he was trying to be on that BS, trying to expose Lil Murda, you know what I'm saying? He did what he did to Keyshawn, which was cover that a little later. So how y'all feel about Wody doing that? Did y'all expect that? Because I did not.
You mean
I didn't expect the way he handled it. I think Wode is very smart.
Yeah.
And he is definitely like, because he is so chill. Yeah, he's so chill that you don't expect.
And that's the one you gotta watch.
Because he used what he knew about him already.
Right.
Like, and then even knowing, like, when I give him this, he's gonna probably ask me to do it first. And even understand, like, that's really knowing
thinking
somebody.
2 steps ahead.
Right. Game's chess, not checkers.
Right.
Like, for real.
So I think Wode is very smart.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, and I just think he's such a diverse character.
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't talk so much, but when he does talk, you just don't expect the things that he says to come out of his mouth. Like, even when Murder kind of like stopped believing in himself, and like, you know, like, you do so much to help me, why don't you do more to help yourself? And Wode was just honest, like, you know, one of us gonna make it out. And I was just like, that's so selfless and really supportive as a friend. So I think, you know, he was super.
All right, so what do y'all feel about Lil Murder and Uncle Clifford and their relationship?
I think they really are into each other. Like, can Lil Murder cook for me? That's all I'm asking. I just want the pork chops and I just want all the smothered pork chops and stuff. It looked good. That plate looked so good.
It did look good. And I think the interesting thing is they're almost back and forth, that they kind of go with, because at one point they're kind of like, okay, so the relationship we're gonna have is just gonna stay like within this house. And I think even Uncle Clifford, he kind of ebbs and flows with understanding it to being pissed off about it to being okay with it, you know. And then Lil Murder's trying to push the envelope, so to speak, to be like, well, I would want to have this relationship outside the house or whatever. So how y'all think about that give and take? That went down.
I have a question for men who are into men who specifically go for trade, which is what Lil Murder would be in this situation. He would be trade. And a lot of trade, they're not out publicly. So just a question comment below. Is that something that you automatically become content with when that's your type? Like, do you automatically think, like, due to my type not being out yet, and I'm just automatically okay with us never publicly being a thing, like us always hiding something? Because I do know some men that are into men and specifically go for trade that are okay with that. They are, and I feel like Uncle Clifford kind of gave that vibe of like, you know what, this is the type of man that I like, and this is just what comes with it at that point. So I am glad that Murder realized, you know, that he wanted to be okay with himself. But that's just a question. So comment below if that's the thought. Like, do you immediately, if you're into trade, is that something that you automatically find yourself becoming content with to continue a relationship with somebody?
Good question.
That is a really good question.
Like, he getting deep on y'all. Speaking of deep, Uncle Clifford kind of was going through it when Ernestine went to the hospital. Yeah. And that's another thing that
it's COVID-19
that I can think of off the top of my head. I feel like this is the only show that really had, you know, COVID-19 as a backdrop to what was going on. Like, I'm trying to just go through all of, because of all the TV, you know. Right. But it's so much to go through. But I feel like this is not only, and to me that made it more real. It made it more authentic to me. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like when we talked about, you know, how it first opened up, and we know how a lot of things, how clubs were, and how, you know, they had to, you know, only could be at 50% capacity and all that thing. Like, they gave it such an air of realism. And, you know, again, shout out to Katori Hall to be able to use that as a backdrop, because I know they had to deal with that when they were shooting. You know what I'm saying? So to take that, you know, something that was frustrating, and then use that to put into the story, like, I think that was just super dope. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. But he was going through it, and
Murder was there for him. Yeah, they were there for each other when Teak, unfortunately, and then Granny.
what a way to build in more depth to her character,
Yes.
as well as more background to Uncle Clifford, because we got to find out about his mom,
and why the club was so important to him.
Yes, why the club was so important to him.
Why he wouldn't just sell.
Yeah, because he was in that club when he was a young.
Yes, and even like so much as to giving more information about how he deals with little murder and possibly being scared to love someone that much because of his mom passing away. Was it due to AIDS?
Yeah,
yes,
I think
it
so.
was.
They alluded to that.
Yeah.
So I thought that it was a good way to build. They build it onto that storyline perfectly. Like it made a lot of sense.
I agree.
Well, speaking of somebody who is not perfect, that's definitely Keyshawn.
Oh God. I am.
She's definitely number one. Like if you want to make a map of people that you hate, Keyshawn's probably up there. Like it's between her.
I don't even hate her.
I mean, it's not that. I hate the decisions that she makes.
I hate
you know what I'm saying?
her.
Like we was mad at her.
I absolutely
the way
hate her
season one
husband, not
ended.
her.
We was mad at her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but that's
hoping she was gonna
But
learn
they
from
gave
her
a lot of
mistakes.
background this season as to why, because we were very confused last season.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like when that first came on, and I knew she was getting beat up, and then they showed who her baby daddy was. I was like, what? So this showed a lot of why she was taking that, how she ended up in that situation,
and that's how a lot of. I mean, think about people, in abusive situations.
She got stuck, really.
That's what it was.
Right.
She did go to her parents for help.
And her family is trash.
Yeah, so that I just feel sad for her.
I do. I feel sad for her because I know that she's trying
to
do better, but it's like she's just not making the best decisions.
She got to make that. You gotta get out of there, man. Like you can't hesitate. Like,
and it's the thing though, people. It's the Stockholm syndrome. It's like Stockholm syndrome. You're not. I mean, it's hard to get out of it because it's psychological.
Yeah,
it's not just. I can just walk out the door.
Yeah, she was,
and she tried.
She's been a victim her whole life.
He took the dadgum battery out the car.
Yeah, unfortunately, she had been a victim, not even in that relationship, but in her home. Like she had been a victim, and then she's in this relationship, and she turns into another victim.
Cinderella?
Yeah,
it was.
Like she's
it's just like there was no
vibes.
Saving her at that point. She just kind of, I guess, at that point, I feel like you can become content and just accept and thinking that
this
you
is
deserve
better. This is better than what
I,
or it's better than what I've been getting.
And she's so talented. Oh my
gosh.
Right.
Hashtag free Keyshawn.
Yes. Hashtag free Keyshawn.
Free Keyshawn. Like
free
for sure.
Mississippi.
So what do you think about the relationship between Keyshawn and Diamond?
Well, they didn't really have a relationship this season.
I was rooting for you.
I think they do. Well, they didn't have a relationship.
Big
Bone.
Big Bone.
Big Bone.
Shout out to check out the big brain on Brad. Like good, because I never would have remembered that. But even though he was messing with her, I feel like I don't want to say he was stuck on her, but
it's definitely
he was stuck on her.
I don't think it was ever he was off of her.
No,
I think that they created a bond, and due to the situation, there was no closure. There was nothing, and then the club shut down.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like they separated.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. They didn't talk about anything because when they did link up, he still harbored a lot of those ill feelings about what happened.
Right. And they never got a chance to talk about it or hash things out.
But Keyshawn's so sweet.
Yeah,
she is.
So I think that's another reason it was kind of hard for him to stay mad at her in that situation, because like when you know Keyshawn really tried.
Yeah.
She really does try to do the best she can.
She did.
So
yeah. But what do y'all overall think about Diamond as a character? I think I feel like
I didn't know he was in the crystals and stuff. I was like, oh,
I love that he's a root worker.
I
love it.
Okay.
And it makes because a lot of people were like, this was a random thing. This
season. Good job for pointing that out.
If you think, like, a lot of people were then pointing out last season how he gave Keyshawn, was it a necklace or stone? And how she had, I mean, she's still alive, so that could have protected her. And that, he kind of had always been into these things, but it was just kind of like breadcrumbs about it.
Right.
So again, their storyline building is amazing.
Right. And y'all need to get him up out the trunk. Who put girl?
I thought he was gonna die when they stabbed him. I literally was about to turn TV off.
I was like,
my gosh. Not
she trash.
Diamond.
Like again, now for real, she definitely at the top of people I hate. Because you just, I mean, you can't be mad over, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, she wasn't mad about that.
Why she do what she do then?
She probably was in from the beginning.
That ring.
She's a jump.
But I thought they took the ring off or what? Because
right,
he had the ring on the little mantle or whatever.
He took that ring from
that dude
from Haley's
the guy
man or whatever.
Right.
And I think that they
working with him.
Yeah, like I think they came there looking for him.
Oh.
And so when she looked up and got into this man's house and saw the ring, that she immediately thinks like he had something to do with the missing of him. And they're trying to figure out what happened to him.
So you think she playing him from the get-go?
I think she did start to like him, and then I think that she just kind of really got heartless when she saw him and Keyshawn's kids. But I think from the jump, she was there on a mission. I don't think, because she didn't know how to dance. That was the first thing that they said. Is why would we hire her if she doesn't know how to dance? That's why they ended up putting her on the bartender line.
I can't wait to season 3 to see if this is correct, because if it is, then check out the big brain on Brand, because y'all are on it. Okay, that is crazy. Okay,
because that's the picture she showed him in the trunk, right?
Yeah, right. So okay. So let's get into Haley. Another person y'all probably love to hate. What y'all think about Haley this season?
That's the top on the list.
That's the top. That's the ace boom coon goodbye. Night with your. Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez. Alright, so what did you say they call her?
I thought they called her Autumn Haley Night Savage or something like that.
She is a savage now.
She's a savage.
But here's the thing. Money.
I didn't like that. I absolutely hated that.
Why would she still have access? That's why didn't they take her off the account? I was so confused.
They should have been 2 steps ahead of her.
You fired her. Why is she on the accounts anymore?
Why does she still have access?
But she was the business-minded one for it.
Yeah, that's what this is what I would say. That she was business-minded. And so when she was trying to sell the place, a part of me kept kind of siding with her, because what was the ask? It was like $15 million, right?
She wanted $10 million.
No, 10 million. Yeah. So it's 10.
Because they offered 5.
Yeah. And then she got 10. And then she was gonna get 10. And then she kept trying to push it. But 10 million. If she was gonna give 10, that was 5 for him and 5 for her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Part of me was like,
so we think,
right?
Part of me was like, maybe you might need to take the deal.
No.
You know.
And then we didn't have the background knowledge of Uncle Clifford growing up in this club.
Right.
Either. Like this is
right. Especially with his grandma surviving.
Right. Yeah. It was really sentimental. But
yeah.
You could have bought and bought her the Pynk.
Then you trying to play Andre. You trying to you doing a lot.
I don't think she was trying to play Andre. What do you mean?
She wanted them babies. She banged him for those babies.
She was missing her kid. She was missing her daughter,
and she needed somebody to get her pregnant.
That's a possibility.
And she didn't even
because she disappeared.
Here's the thing, though.
She disappeared.
But here's the thing, though. She didn't even know she was pregnant.
She knew she was pregnant.
She didn't know
until we don't know that.
That's when she knew.
But I'm about to say, but we still don't know that wasn't her motive.
What's her name?
That could have been her motive.
That could have been her moment, but not really. What's the other one?
What's her name said? Are you ready for twins?
Yeah, Whisper said that.
But I think because she knew what she was doing.
And this is why I say, because I guess the rumor is, hate to say that, but the rumor is that she's done with the show. And so to me, I'm not sure. I guess because the rumor is they feel like she's done enough on the show. Like she's kind of had her up. Yeah, she's had her run. But
I mean, what would she do there anymore? Right.
Now, I would like to
if
see
Andre, because to me, I feel like, and I guess we can kind of go to Andre a little bit. I feel like Andre doesn't really want to be with his wife.
No, but
I don't like him though.
Right. What I would like to see though is that if Andre stays and she goes, is that she's in some remote area, nobody knows where she is, but she still ships the kids to him. I don't want to.
Even if she's gone permanently, I definitely don't feel like her character wouldn't reappear at some point. It might not be permanently, like we see her every episode. Mm-hmm. But I definitely, especially if she's pregnant, I think that at some point during season 3, she would pop back up in Mississippi.
Yeah, I can't see him. I can't see her wanting to just raise the kids by herself.
She tried to raise that one kid by herself.
So she run out of money.
Because what the dude was that she was with was abusive and stuff. So
that's what she say.
So she run out of money. She run out. I feel like that's when she run out of money.
That's it.
Right.
Because she's not gonna have the money to pay Uncle Clifford back, so you can't ask for it back.
Right.
I don't have it.
Right. And then what are you getting ready to do? What is your skill? You sure not gonna go back to dance?
Just a sob story. We don't know what happened with dude and her now. I'm side eyeing her. With the dude that she fled from in Louisiana, how we know she didn't do him dirty?
Right,
and that's why he was looking for her.
It could have been.
She could have swiping his stuff.
Swiping. It could have been.
Is that why he was looking for? Was money?
Yeah, because he took.
She took money out of his account.
Right, she took his money. Right. She could have just been money hungry. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume that.
No, she is.
You're assuming the best.
Trouble from the start.
She might have been. She might have been. All right, so let's go ahead and move into one of the new characters. I think one of the really dope characters, and that's Roulette.
Oh yeah,
I did not like her.
They said that first.
Yeah. I didn't like her.
Why not?
Because she was breaking all the rules.
She was breaking all the rules.
She was breaking all the rules.
Messing up the club.
And I was like,
because you doing stuff.
Messing up the church's money.
I'm like, girl, you didn't hear about murder night? Calm down, okay?
Yeah, we already hot. Our place is already ran hot.
Breaking all the rules. She hit me.
Yeah, I really liked her when she first came. She was very cocky. I would say confident, but I don't have a really negative connotation with confidence. She asserted a lot of cockiness for somebody that we just met.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, we don't know you. We don't know who you are. We do know that you're not following any of the rules. Like, you out here getting a 40. And like, so it just, I kind of did not like her. But she held her own.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's when the tables turned.
Yeah, I don't know what it is why I liked her. I love, for one, I love when, and that's why, like, when we do our movie reviews, we always point out actors and what other movies they've been in. Like, that's one thing we just love doing. So we always do that in our movie reviews. And so one of the things that I really loved when I seen her was because I remember her that she was on Insecure, I believe, season, I don't know if it was either season 3 or season 4. But remember, she worked at the office with Molly, and Molly was trying to tell her to chill. This was when Molly was still at the other office or whatever.
Okay. She's like,
and Molly was trying to tell her to chill with being so black or whatever. But she was like, no, I can be myself or whatever, and she basically ended up getting fired.
And please correct me if I'm wrong. She's also in Snowfall.
I think so. Why hadn't we been sleeping on that? We ain't been on
I personally have not watched Snowfall, but from other people I've watched P-Valley with, that's who they immediately recognize her from.
Okay, yeah. But she's dope. She's dope. She did a good job of playing that character. Like you said, she exudes that cockiness, like
and
that craziness too.
I love the play on both new characters, and where even when like they first interact, and then Whisper is like, "I'm from heaven," and she's like, "I'm from hell." Yeah. And you see that Whisper typically wears the lighter colors. Yeah. She's very sweet. She's quiet. And then we see Red. Yeah, Red all the time. She's She's outlandish. Like so.
And I like her with that dude too.
The boy.
The bouncer
what's his
dude.
name? I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
I can't think his name.
Helps in Duffy. Is that it?
Duffy.
Yeah.
Duffy. Yes.
Yeah.
Duffy.
He kind of helps out.
The dude
who he be helping out?
Big L.
Big L got Big L too.
Yeah, let's get on Big L real quick.
Moving that work.
Yeah, Big L is one of the.
He's working behind the scenes.
Yeah, he's one of the most faithful people on here. Like even though he got fired, like he's still like it's like there for the Pynk. Like I'm still doing what I need to do. He's still there. Celebrating Ernestine's birthday, you know what I'm saying? And so, kudos to Big L. I love his character, just showing somebody that's, that always has your back no matter what, even when you get into it,
right?
Or whatever. But yeah, I love Roulette and Whisper. I think they bring a different dynamic to the Pynk as far as just different type of individuals, especially the craziness for Roulette. I don't know what episode that was, but when she
playing roulette with that
Yeah.
dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't specifically remember that, but that's when I liked her.
That's when you like her.
I love that episode. I loved it.
You are cool with me.
You can get down with the team now.
Yeah, because really before then, I'm not gonna lie, I thought she was a little iffy, and I really didn't want Whisper to go with her because I was like, I don't know. But the fact that she stayed there with her, I was like, that in itself is a smart decision.
Right. And so that's gonna be the interesting thing there, and I guess that's what they could probably go if Haley doesn't come back for season 3. They can get more into roulette and her building her stable, because you see Gal at the end.
Yeah,
she was
like,
trying to
she turned into a little pimp.
She was trying to jump on roulette stable. So it'll be interesting to see if she continues to build that stable. You know what I'm saying, and where that's gonna go. Be interesting to see what Mercedes is gonna do now that she has officially retired
and got her kid.
Yeah, and
she got a kid. So to see how that's gonna go, are they gonna butt heads, or and how that's gonna go, and how the relationship, I guess, with Lil Murda and Uncle Clifford is gonna go. Are they
out in public now?
Are they gonna
he gonna get his money?
And is he gonna and that's what's really gonna be interesting, is he gonna keep chasing his music career? And sometimes they feel like it's hard for somebody that's outwardly gay, especially as a male, to be.
He turned down that tour too, didn't he?
To be in the industry. So is he still gonna keep trying to chase that?
Yeah.
And then Keyshawn, she gonna
get out of jail and get her kids and get out, or what?
Yes, right. Turn in that tour with my girl Tina Snow.
That's what I'm about to say.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to
like, what? That's your people.
Megan
Your
Thee
people
Stallion.
popped out on there.
Hey. And when Uncle Cliff was talking crazy, I was with him talking crazy to him.
Hey,
well, he was.
You know what?
His
Megan,
man, so
she didn't know. I would have flirted with him too.
Megan was in her she was in her zone. You could tell that she felt.
And I like that they used a real alter ego of her.
Right.
Like a real alter ego.
Right. You could tell she felt super comfortable. Like I kind of like, okay, is she gonna be on the next episode?
Right.
I want
I
want Tina Snow to be on there. I want her to be a recurring character because she kind of just fits right in with everything.
How they hyped her up to be on that show for her to be in one episode. I was like,
that was.
I thought she was about to be like an actual stripper there.
Right. For a second, the way they were talking about it. So also just real quick, I guess we're getting to Corbin. I guess he basically got what he wanted. You know what I'm saying, with the casino being built, and that's a whole nother thing. How is the casino being built? How is that gonna affect the Pynk? And then I guess Patrice, how's she gonna be doing as the mayor? Now, that's gonna
Can
be.
we also shout out the score for this mug? Because when
the
stuff
music
happened.
Oh yeah, the music.
Man.
For sure, yeah.
They put the music in the right places at the right time, baby. I was like,
the soundtrack was nice.
I don't give about none of these. Ooh,
the soundtrack was nice.
like
I saw a clip of
I
saw a clip of, I can't think of his real name right now, but Lil Murda, the actor who plays Lil Murda, like the actual actor rapping a Lil Murda song, and they was like, he getting famous off of fake songs. And I was like, these songs hard.
These are real. They on title.
Yeah, J. Alphonse Nicholson.
Cause 7 pounds of pressure is real, okay? Like when he was rapping that, I was like, okay,
okay, right? It's
it was giving the way he did it was giving me Meek Mill vibes, kind of like.
But even the last on season 1, like Mississippi Pride is. That's why I'm like, Mississippi is not profiting from this show how they should be.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give I'll give shout outs to, I feel like, to Issa. I feel like Issa, the way she had music be such a important component in her show. Definitely. I feel like a lot of shows took that and ran. Definitely. Yeah, she set the tone. And then 2, I'll go back to Empire. I feel like Empire kind of, really, solidified that whole making the music strictly for a show, but it can also bang as well.
That's what I say. P Valley is like perfect music because, like, in reality, I'm not listening to Empire soundtracks. Like, in reality, it's for the show. But and then come in with Insecure, like an unapologetically black soundtrack. Like these are real songs I'm listening to in my car that are cussing. That are like, don't listen to this at work. Like they're real songs, but like they feel good. They make you turn up, and that's a good combination of creating songs strictly for a TV show that are also like closely related to actual like mainstream songs.
Right.
So,
I agree with that.
All right, so just in case y'all forgot, Derek's trash. Big Bone.
So is Rome.
Big Bone is trash. Rome, he got what he
good
got.
riddance. If you ain't coming back, oh well.
And I feel like somebody else.
We don't care.
I feel like I'm missing somebody else's trash. I don't know, Patrice. I guess you're kind of trash. I don't know.
No, she definitely trash. She's
now she started jumping on the pole.
Right. All right, so I guess that covers everything. Did we miss it? Did we miss anything? I don't think we missed anything.
I think that's everything.
I think that is it. All right, so if you want to go ahead and do us a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it, and it helps out the channel. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, bruh, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it, and you can see more videos like this one. And if you want to go ahead and do us another favor, you want to hit that button that's shaped like a bell. If you want to go ahead and do that. If you hit that, they'll get a notification.
Every time we drop a new video.
And if you want to go ahead and do us one more favor, we covered a whole heap of topics. So if you want to go ahead and comment down below, and what should they comment down?
With her question.
Yeah, she had the super deep question
about the trade.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna also say, how do you feel about how Katori Hall brought light to black men and mental health? And what do you think about that?
Good question.
I'm sorry, I just throw a little bit of shade.
Okay.
Oh no, who's shade?
Okay.
It's not to nobody in particular. It's like to a series.
Okay.
So what P Valley did,
yes,
in these last 2 seasons. Well, really, I'm gonna say it's season 2, right? Because it was a lot of deeper issues in season 2 that were highlighted with the proper storyline.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is what the Shy was trying to do in season 2 without it being hella random.
But it didn't.
It
happen. It wasn't the same.
Was it season 3?
Yeah, I think it was season 3.
Okay. Yeah, whenever it was too much.
Yes.
It was too much. So
Absolutely.
they've gotten better though. So
Yeah,
if you've not watched the Shy or nothing like that,
give them another try.
Yes, this season is amazing. I think the last season was also very amazing.
Yes.
So I agree to those, but when they first lost Brandon and they came back, that season
that was season 3.
Yeah.
In the toilet.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
But they're on to bigger and better things.
They are.
They're good. I promise. They're good. So no shade.
No shade. All right. So y'all make sure y'all comment down below and let us know. All right. We appreciate every single one of you. And I guess we'll holler at you. Peace.